Hi everyone. Hello. Hello. On live stream with Marsha Y. Getting ready for Hatha circuit. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd. Hi everybody. Hello, welcome. So today you'll need your mat, and if you have 2 blocks, great. If you don't have 2 blocks, it might be a little more challenging. Okay, so hi, waving back to you all. Hope that you'll join our yoga practice today, Hatha circuit. It's gonna be very challenging. Hi Eileen, nice to see you. This is not really your type of yoga, but it might be something different. Okay, so Hatha circuit, basically we go through different poses. We've picked 6 poses and we do a circuit through them. So trying to hold them and trying to use our muscles in each of those poses. And by repeating them, making your muscles remember how to work those muscles, and also, to condition those muscles so that they become stronger in that pose. Okay, so today we're going to start by, again, doing a centering, a short meditation before we start, and then I'll give you a brief summary of each pose. And then once I've told you about each pose, you'll do it with me, because once we start the circuit, it goes very fast, okay? So grab a block if you want to sit on it, or you can sit just on your mat. I'm going to start turning off the comments now. So if you want to say hi or you have any comments to give to me, you can personal message me. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear from you, and tell me your name or where you're from. Okay, so I'm going to shut off the comments now. And we're going to start, okay? So we'll start by sitting. You can sit on a block if you like, or just sit on the floor. Starting in Swastikasana, so crossing your shin bones, place your feet directly below your knees, and then widen your seat. Okay, close your eyes. Start to find your breath through your nose, and relax your feet. Relax your knees, soften your belly. Feel your sit bones on the floor or the block, and then use that power that you feel to lengthen your spine, lifting your chest, draw your shoulders back and down. Now we take a few moments to focus on our breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. As you start to slow down your breath, when you inhale, feel the breath through your nose and listen to the sound of your breath. And at the top of the breath, hold the breath. And then when you exhale, slow exhales, really making the breath, the exhale even, and then making that exhale longer than the inhale. Continue to breathe on your own. To your heart center, thumbs at your sternum. Let's start today's practice with 3 ohms together. Take a deep inhale. Om. give thanks to this practice, this time, and the space we have today, and for all the teachers who have paved the way before us. Namaste. Hey everyone, are you ready? Okay, our 6 moves today. Side plank, Utkatasana, which is chair pose, Garudasana, which is eagle pose, some sort of variation of Lolasana. I'll show you guys that. Virabhadrasana 1, which is warrior 1, and the most challenging pose, Bakasana, crow pose. Okay, so I'll show you quickly. For side plank, you're going to go for half a minute on one side, and then you're going to quickly change the other side half a minute. Then we have 30-second rest, okay? That will be the first round. The second and third round of side plank, you're going to basically hold for 5 seconds, and then you're going to go into a push-up with your elbows in, and then you go 5 seconds, and then you keep repeating that until the minute is up, okay? Second pose is Utkatasana, which is chair pose. We have 3 variations, so since we have 3 circuits, we'll change the variation each time. The first one would be, they're all Bikram chair poses, Bikram variations. So you're going to be feet hip width distance apart. The first one, arms forward, and you just sit in chair pose, trying to keep your spine straight. 1 minute, okay? Second round, we'll go slowly. So you first will find your chair pose. We'll hold it for a few seconds before we go up onto our tiptoes. And you go as high as you can without falling. Once you find your balance, you start to sit deeper, and you hold that for 1 minute, yeah? And then the third variation, also hip width distance apart, you bring your knees together, and then you slowly bring the heels up, and you slowly go down. And we'll go all the way down, not resting on those feet, keeping the hips up, and then by 1 minute, we'll slowly come back up and then come down, okay? So that will be Utkatasana. Third pose is Garudasana, eagle pose. So this is the eagle pose. We're gonna stay straight up. So with the spine straight, no leaning forward, and trying to get that right knee to open up and be centered, okay? And we do both sides. So 1 minute one side, 30-second rest, 1 minute the other side. Then the next one is a variation of Lolasana, because I know some of you don't have blocks, but actually using the blocks is a lot easier, okay? So the first variation, your shin crossing over, you would just bring your buttocks off the floor, okay? Holding for 30 seconds, coming down, and you cross the other way and bring your buttocks up. If you're up for the challenge, then you bring your feet off the floor and draw your belly in, okay? And then, of course, you change sides, okay? Next one is Virabhadrasana 1. Most of you know Warrior 1 with the hips squared, back of the heel down, and you're here, arms are up, okay? And we do both sides. Bakasana will be the hardest one. I will slowly guide you through this when we're actually doing it. And for those of you who cannot do the pose, listen to my direction and just do the best you can. If you cannot go up into the pose, at least work those arms into the pose. Those of you who are good at Bakasana, your challenge is to hold Bakasana for 1 minute. Yeah? I know it's going to be challenging for me as well, especially since I'm feeling now I have lots of oil on my body. Okay, we're going to start now, and I'll guide you through the whole process. Sometimes I'll stop and talk to you guys about it, but you guys try the best you can. If you need to get out of a pose, get out of the pose, but quickly go back in. Don't give up, okay? Let's start. We start with our side plank. First round is just simple, 30 seconds and 30 seconds, okay? Get ready. And side plank. Feet stacked up on top of each other. If this is difficult for you, you can step this right foot, which is the top foot, in front, okay? But keeping those hips nice and high, keeping your body straight, arms in one line, not letting the butt stick out. Draw the tailbone forward. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, Don't take too much time to get into it, otherwise you won't have time to hold it. And remember, don't drop the hip down. Bring the hip up as high as you can by pushing the right foot into the floor and the right hand into the floor. Spread your fingers. Five, four, three, two, one. Release. Come into a child's pose. Open your knees wide, feet together. You have 30-second rest. The next one will be chair pose. So we're going to stand up. When you're ready, slowly start to make your way up. Bringing your feet hip-width distance apart. Arms straight forward. We're doing the simple one. Just sitting back, keeping the heels to the floor. Reach your hips back. Reach your hips back. So keeping that spine vertical as much as possible and not looking down. Keep looking forward. Keep the knees parallel, feet parallel. So the knees and the feet in one line. See if you can sit a little bit deeper. Shoulders down. Draw the belly in. So the weight should be more in your heels, and you should be drawing the belly in to get your spine a little more vertical. The hardest part is to get your spine more vertical. When you look down at your feet, you should be able to see them. Your knees don't go past your feet. 10 seconds. Good, slowly come up. Keep your feet where they are, grab your elbows, and let's come into Uttanasana, forward fold. Switch elbows. Then slowly roll back up. Next one is Garudasana, eagle pose. So we bring right arm under, then the right leg will go over for Garudasana. Okay, find your balance first. Once you find your balance, you can slowly come deeper into the pose. Keep your elbows up, and draw your shoulders back and down. And once you have your balance, you start to bend your knee deeper. And don't worry if you fall out. I'm falling out as well. Just come back into it. Once you find your balance, start to bend your knee deeper. Focus on one spot. Keep your spine straight. Bend your knee deeper. Fall out, come back into it. Good job. Let's open our legs wide and come into a Prasarita. You can grab your ankles if you wish, or just bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Get ready for the second side. Okay, slowly come up. Left arm under. Then the left leg goes over. Take your time to find the position first and to find your balance before you bend your knee deeper. Bring your elbow up and then draw your shoulders back and down. Now start to bend. Bend your knee deeper. Keep your spine straight. Focus on one spot. Sit a little bit deeper. ankles if you like. Good, come down to your knees, grab your blocks if you have them. You can do this without blocks, it's a little bit harder. Cross your right shin in front, place your hands to the floor or the blocks. Option 1, hips off the floor. Option 2, feet off the floor. So we hold this for 30 seconds, and then we sit back down, and you cross the left shin in front, and we do it again. If you feel tired, you can come down, but go straight back up. Challenge yourself. Come down, cross the other shin in front, and go up. So if you're just here, just the hips up, that's okay. If you can bring the feet up, you draw your belly in to lift the feet off the floor. And squeeze the arms straight. Push into the block or the floor, making your arms longer. And down. Whew, that was tough. Let's come into a child's pose. Knees apart, reach forward. The next pose will be Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So it's a standing pose. When you're ready, start to stand up. Let's start with your legs wide open, as wide as your wrist. Then turn the left foot in, right foot out. Arms over your ears. Square your hips, bend your right knee deeply. So in Virabhadrasana 1, we want to get the whole back foot down to the floor, especially focusing on the outer edge of your back foot, the left foot. Bend your right knee deeply. Draw the left hip forward. When you bend your right knee, it's pointing straight forward. And when you look down on it, the knee is straight over the heel. It's not going past the heel. If your knee is going past the heel, then you need to widen your stance. Can you bring your knee, bend your knee more so that your right thigh is parallel to the floor? Arms straight. Now draw the belly in, tailbone forward into the body. Squeeze your back leg straight. Arms straight. Arms by your ears. Good. Squeeze the leg straight. Let's go into another Prasarita. Sometimes I like to swing the hips side to side. When you're ready, slowly come up. Turn your right foot in, left foot out. Square the hips first. Drawing that right hip forward. Arms up. Warrior 1. Bend your left knee. So again, you ground the back foot to the floor, getting the outer edge of your back foot to touch the floor. Draw the right hip forward. We want to square the hips forward. Arms by your ears. Bend your left knee deeper. Make sure the left knee is pointing straight forward. Then draw the belly in, tailbone forward into the body. Arms are straight. And you go a little bit deeper. Get the outer edge of your right foot to be heavy. Now bend the left knee deeper. Arms by your ears. Squeeze the arms straight. Good. Slowly come up. Come all the way to the floor. Feet together. Open your knees. And then reach forward in Malasana. We're preparing ourselves for the hardest one, Bakasana. Now if you can't hold the full minute, come down, take a few breaths, and go back up, okay? I might be doing the same thing as you. Take your time to prepare and get a good position. Don't rush going up. Okay, so those of you new, bring your body forward, Really walk your arms deeply. Now place your hands in front of you, keeping your elbows bent. Come onto your tiptoes. Bring your knees up high onto your arms. Hug the elbows in, and you slowly shift forward. Now bringing the hips over the wrists. Then bring your feet up. Draw your belly in, hug the elbows in. I'm very slippery. Now if you need to come down, that's fine. Bring your feet up higher towards your hips. Good job, come down. That's the end of circuit first set. Take time to get water now. 2 minutes. 2-minute break. How are you guys doing? So as you could see, because I have shorts on, it's quite slippery for Bakasana. So I grabbed a towel to put on my legs where the legs will meet the arms. You can go ahead and do that, and that will help a lot. Okay, so take this time now. We have 1.5 minutes before we start our next circuit, so quickly grab that small towel if you need it, or get a quick sip of water, especially if you have the shorts on. Remember, in our next circuit, our side plank is going to be side plank holding for 5 seconds, and then a push-up with the elbows in. Then you go to the other side for 5 seconds, and we continue that for one minute, okay? So you still have 1 more minute to rest. Quickly grab that small towel. Go ahead and stretch anything if you need to, too, before we start the circuit. You know what's going to happen, so you know what you need to maybe stretch. Are you guys sweating yet? We're sweating. Remember that if you fall out of a pose or you can't hold something too long, don't worry about it. Everyone does it. I'm doing the same thing, okay? Just try to go back into it. The main thing is that you're trying your best and your mind is telling you to keep going. Don't just relax or don't just give up, okay? We're going to start in 10 seconds. Side plank with the push-up. Ready? Get ready. First side plank. Hold for 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. Push up, elbows in. 5 seconds again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Elbows in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elbows in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elbows in. If you need to go onto your knees for those push-ups, that's fine. Don't give up. Go onto your knees if you need to. 1 more. Holding for 5. Do that last push-up. Child's pose. Or whatever you need. If you need to stretch your arms, go ahead. Our next one is chair pose, Utkatasana. Next variation is going onto the toes, but we're going to take our time to go onto the toes. So keeping your feet hip-width distance apart. Turn your feet parallel. Keep your knees pointing forward, arms forward. First, find Utkatasana, bringing your hips back, keeping your spine straight. Now go onto your tiptoes. Go up nice and high. Don't let the knees splay out. Keep the knees pointing forward. When you feel ready, start to go down deeper, but keep the spine vertical. Go up onto your high heels. Can you go up higher onto your toes? 5-inch heels. Make your spine nice and straight. Bend your knees deeper. 20 seconds. Can you feel the burn? I feel the burn. 10 seconds. Go higher on your toes. Don't give up now. And go all the way up. Woo! Ouch. Uttanasana. Reach your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Next pose is Garudasana, eagle pose. Start to get ready. Right arm under. Then right leg goes over. Take your time to find the right positioning. Find your balance. If you can hook that foot, hook that foot. If not, that's okay. Bring your elbows up, draw your shoulders back and down. Now if your right leg is over your left, see if you can bring that right knee more towards the right so it's more in the center. And then start to bend your knee deeper, keeping your spine straight. Look at one spot. Squeeze your legs. If you fall out, come back in. Good. Whew. Shake the legs out. You can find a wide Uttanasana. Bending your knees one by one. Maybe grabbing one foot and going over to one side, partial Uttanasana. Get ready for second side. Left arm under. And then you bring the left leg over. Remember, take your time to find your balance, because it's also a balancing pose. When you find your balance, bring that left knee over towards the left, elbows up, shoulders back down. Keep your spine nice and straight, and then start to bend deeper. Squeeze the legs together. Close the gap between your shin and your calf muscle. Keep your spine nice and straight, and then bend deeper. Good. Come all the way down. I'm going to do Virasana, just stretch out my thighs. You can do the same if you like. Our next one is the abs with the blocks. So if you have your blocks, get them ready. Bring your feet forward, right shin over, and press up. Either your hips up or your feet off the floor. One thing that helps me is I really push my arms straight. Draw your belly in and bring your hips back more. And come down, switch the cross, and again, hips up first. When you're ready, feet off the floor. Draw the belly in, draw the hips back. When you get tired, you can bring the feet down. one's tough. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really sweating now. 20 seconds rest. Get ready for warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1, starting with your feet wide. Make sure your feet are as wide as your wrists. Turn your left foot in, right foot out, arms up over your ears, and bend. Ground the back edge of your left foot, the outer edge of your left foot grounded to the floor, squeezing the left leg straight. Now notice how the left hip wants to open. Draw the left hip forward so you're squaring the hips. Bend your right knee deeper. If your chest is pushing forward, you draw the tailbone forward into the body and you draw the belly back, keeping your spine straight. Bend your right knee again. Arms by your ears. This is bent. This is straight. Feel the burn of the thighs. And come up. Hasarita. Any variation you want. Get ready for the second side. Turn your right foot in, left foot out, face the other side. Hips squared. Arms up. Bend your left knee. So we want to ground the outer edge of the right foot. And as we do that, we bend the left knee. Making sure the left knee does not go over and past your left foot. Squeeze the back knee straight. And then think about grounding that back foot, the outer edge of your back foot. Right hip forward, draw the belly in, tailbone forward into the body, arms straight. Bend your left knee deeper. Arms straight, sáu yêu dịch. Sáu dịch tí. Yêu gặp dịch. 10 more seconds, go a little bit deeper, go to your edge. Don't just take it easy. And come up. Okay, get ready for the hardest pose. You can start in Malasana. Getting your hips ready. Now we have a full minute, so you have time to really set yourself up. Okay, especially the beginners who are not used to this pose. Make sure you bring your body lower in front of the legs. And then when you position the arms, you walk the arms deeply. Keep the elbows bent. Place your hands where they are. If you have the towel, grab your towel. From there, bring your legs up. Keep the contact of your legs and your arms. You need to shift forward until your hips are over your wrists. Then your feet can come off the floor. Spread your fingers, grip the floor. If you have Bakasana, bring your feet up higher towards your hips. Round your upper back. Use your fingers to find your balance. Look forward and not down. Mong Ting, Mo Mong Hao, Mo Mong De Ha, Mong Ting. If you fall out, come back into it. And release. Good job, you guys. 2 minutes break. Grab your towel, wipe your sweat, or grab a bottle of water. Don't be lazy. Make sure you grab a towel if you need it for Bakasana because it really helps, especially if you have like lotion and oil like I do, or if you're sweating a lot, use that towel, okay? Don't give up yet. We still have one last set. Stretch anything you need to stretch. I like to do Garudasana arms. We have a lot of legs in this sequence, so make sure if your legs, your thighs feel tight, you go into Virasana, hero pose. "45 seconds until our last and final set. I hope you guys haven't given up yet. Our first pose is side plank. So we're doing the same as the last round. 5 seconds, push up, 5 seconds, push up, repeating that until 1 minute, okay? So get ready for side plank. Side plank, 5 seconds. Push up. Go on your knees if you need to. Next pose is our Utkatasana. This is the one where we're going to go all the way down. So let's take our time, no need to rush. Feet hip width distance apart, toes pointing forward. Bend your knees slightly and touch your thighs together. Your knees together, arms forward. Go deeper. And then go up high onto your toes. First go up high onto your toes. No need to rush. Once you go to the highest point, start to bend your knees deeper. Go slowly, keeping your spine nice and straight. Don't rest your thighs on your legs. Keep off of your thighs, but squeeze your legs. Squeeze your legs. Stay high on your toes. Find your balance. We have 15 more seconds. Now using your thigh muscles, we need to slowly go up. Go all the way up to your toes and come down. Very good, Uttanasana. Next one is Garudasana, eagle pose. So when you're ready, you can stand up, get ready. Remember to find the pose. It's a balancing pose, so find your balance before you go deeper. Okay, starting with your right arm under, bend your knees, and then the right leg goes over. Find the balance first, bringing the right knee over to the right more. Elbows up and back. Draw your shoulders back and down. Focus on one point. Now start to bend the knee deeper. Keep your spine vertical. Squeeze your legs. If you fall out, go back into it. Don't be afraid to fall out. By now your thighs should be burning unless you're doing something wrong. Get ready for the second side. Left arm will go under. And then the left leg goes over. Keep the left knee more towards the center. Find your balance first. Elbows up. Draw your shoulders back and down. Bend your knee deeper. Keep your spine vertical. When you find balance, you go deeper into the pose. Woo! Try to focus on one spot to keep the balance. Not like me. Whew. Those buttocks should be burning now. I'm going to do a Paschimottanasana. Get those blocks ready for our abs. If you're really tired, just bring your hips up. No need to bring the feet up. When you're ready, right shin forward. Hips up. If you still can, bring your feet off the floor, drawing your belly in. And switch sides, left shin in front, hips up. Feet off the floor if you can, draw the belly back, hips back. If you feel tired, you can bring your feet down. No shame. One foot is fine too. Last 5, go up. And release. Oh. Okay, our next pose is warrior one. So we'll be standing up. Get ready with your feet apart in a wide stance. Turn your left foot in, right foot out. Square your hips. Arms up, bend your right knee. Again, we ground the outer edge of the left foot. But then as you do that, this hip will open up. So you want to draw the left hip forward. Square the hips. Squeeze your left knee and then bend your right knee deeper. Draw your belly in, tailbone forward into the body. Keeping your spine vertical, arms by your ears. Squeeze the arms straight. Don't let the arms go forward from your face. You want to keep them by your ears. You should not be able to see them. Squeeze your arms straight. Now can you bend your right knee deeper? But don't let the left hip open. Bend your right knee deeper, but don't let the left hip open. Keep the left hip squared with your right hip. And right leg straight. Come down, Prasarita. Get ready, left side. Turn your right foot in, left foot out, square the hips. Arms up. Bend your left knee. So we ground the outer edge of the right foot, but draw the right hip forward. Then bend the left knee deeper. Draw the belly in, tailbone forward into the body. Is your left knee pointing straight forward or opening up or turning in? Make sure it goes straight forward. Squeeze the right leg. Round the outer edge of your right foot. Now bend the left knee deeper. Arms straight by your ears. Can you bend your left knee deeper? Great. Last pose, our most challenging pose. Bakasana, grab those towels if you need it. You can start in Malasana with your feet together, knees open and reaching forward. You're on your own, I'm gonna try for a minute. Once you find Bakasana, see if you can bring your feet up higher. Keep hugging your elbows in. Grip the floor with your fingers and then round your upper back. If you come out, go back into it. We have 18 more seconds. If you feel comfortable, you're gonna hug everything in and shoot back. Oh, that's our circuit. Bring your feet together, knees apart, come into a child's pose. How are you guys feeling? If it was not challenging for you, there's something wrong. Because me and my husband were struggling. We are doing this for the first time with you guys, so we understand how hard it is. Okay, lie on your back. Release your body completely. Cool down is just as important. So bring your feet together, right knee to your chest, Ekapada Pavamutasana. Good, switch sides, left knee to your chest. And then bring both knees to your chest. Dvipada Pavamutasana. Let's go into a happy baby, grabbing outside of your feet, opening your knees wide. Just release your shoulders down to the floor, keeping the sacrum on the floor as well, extending the spine along the mat. Now, taking your right hand onto the inner heel of your right foot, extend the right leg until it's straight. Some of you can touch the floor. Okay, come back to happy baby. Switch sides, so left hand goes onto the inner edge of your left heel. Extend the left leg. Maybe touch the floor. Maybe not. Back to happy baby. This time grab both of the heels inside and then straighten both legs. Good. Back to center. Grab outside of the feet and then bring the feet together in like a butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Arms are straight. So your fingers are interlaced around your outer feet. And then the feet are pushing against the arms, so the arms are straight, and then you open the knees away from you. Now let's do thread the needle, left foot over the right foot over the left thigh. Reaching for your left shin. And then switch. right knee to your chest. We're gonna go for a twist to the left side. So you're gonna twist to the left, open your right arm, keep your right shoulder grounded to the floor. Use your left hand to push your right knee down towards the floor, but keeping the right shoulder to the floor. So don't lift the right shoulder, keep the shoulder grounded. You roll the belly to the right. And back to center. Switch sides, left knee to your chest first. Then you twist over to your right side. Open the left arm, ground the left shoulder. Right hand on your left knee. Roll your belly to the left. So don't let the left shoulder come off the floor. Both shoulders are grounded. Good. Back to center, both knees to your chest, rock yourself side to side. And then rock yourself up and down until you're sitting. Very good. Let's come into Baddha Konasana, so your feet together again. And then you're gonna reach forward. Opening up your hips. Good. Then feet forward into Paschimottanasana, whatever way you want. You can grab your feet or your shins. You can take the towel around your feet. Reaching forward, squeeze your knees straight. And then we inhale, come back up. Exhale, open your feet as wide as the mat. Slowly roll yourselves down. Turn your palms facing up. Lying down in Shavasana. Take this time to relax. I'm going to end the class and just thank you so much for joining the class. Thank you for the hearts. Please make some comments to me, write to me, let me know what your name is, where you're from. Any feedback you have. I will be teaching again next week. I will update you later on as to what classes and when the time will be. So look out for my posts to find out when my next class will be. This class will remain on my Instagram for 24 hours, and then I will post it onto my YouTube account for you to watch whenever you want. My YouTube account is Marsha Yuan, Y-U-A-N, okay? Thank you so much for joining. Bye.